It's Mike and Matt in the morning. I'm Mike. That's Matt. Matt, good morning to you. How are you doing today?
Never better, Mike. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Matt, do you have any best friends?
I'm 40, so I don't, but I've been like trying to find people through business and just making best friends. And I got a lead. I think Christian might be my new best friend.
I was going to say, speaking of, let's bring in your newest business BFF ever. Ladies and gentlemen, from Howly.io, it is Christian Baun. Christian, please introduce yourself to the audience. Tell us a little about yourself and, of course, about Howly.
Hey, guys. Nice to be here. Good to see my new two BFFs. I'm Christian Baun. I built a HubSpot solution called Howly. Makes it really easy to audit all of your HubSpot workflows. Makes it super easy to see how they're all connected. Most of the time, you'll have workflows that are connected with a list or a property. And what happens if you change any of that? That's what Howly is seeking out to solve and solving. Happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much. And so we wanted to kind of bring you on here, not only just to have our audience learn a little bit about yourself, a little bit about Howly, but the company that Matt and I work for, we just kind of engaged in a little bit of a partnership going on here. More than a little bit, I'll say, but the Radish side of the house is officially partnered with Howly. And we wanted to play off of that theme a little bit to kind of talk about songs with collaborations going on, partnerships, and just people coming together outside the normal groups. So that's where we're at. But before officially hitting play, Matt, Christian, any notes that we want to touch upon before checking out the first song?
I'm just really excited for this one. I have not seen what we have going on here, but every time Christian and I meet, we find something else that we have in common. So I'm really excited to see what he's got on here.
And hopefully I can introduce the two of you to some new and exciting stuff you've never heard before.
Always one of our favorite parts of the show, Christian, truly, of discovering while I'm adding that to my playlist right now kind of thing. Awesome. Let's get rocking and rolling here. This one is Dylan Thomas from Better Oblivion Community Center. Matt, are you aware of Better Oblivion at all?
I don't believe so, no.
No. So this, from a little while ago, is the supergroup of Phoebe Bridgers and Connor Oberst, best known of Bright Eyes himself right here. They did this album and only this album. This is the only thing that exists in this realm right here. Is this blowing your mind right now?
How do I not know about this at all?
I don't know. I'm kind of surprised you though.
Yeah, why? This is part of your job. Like, you keep me up on like awesome shit like this. When did this come out?
I want to say 20.
I have it right here.
Maybe 10 years ago. Christian, you said you were familiar with it. Does it feel like a decade-ish ago?
It does. It does. Yeah. And I remember coming across this at the library, actually. And,
really?
Yeah. I was big on CDs, and the local library had a vast array of CDs. And so I remember distinctively picking this up and bringing it back home for the weekend.
Yeah.
Now, were you a
Matt, sorry.
Bright Eyes fan prior to this, or
just randomly?
Like that
I
just
pick
feels,
up anything I can.
I love it. That just feels like, I don't know why, but that feels very Connor Oberst, like to discover this at a library. Like, this just feels very appropriate. I don't know why, but that's awesome. I love libraries.
I've discovered lots of good stuff at the library. You guys should check it out sometime.
I'm officially in my new place, Christian, but there was a library super close to our old house, and for that same reason, when I would peek in there, I would always comb through the CDs for that reason of like, I could take one of these home and just like rip a copy if I wanted to, kind of thing.
I've never even thought to like go look at their media collection.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird. I mean, I'm usually with my kids.
That's fair.
They always have stuff to do, and it's like all like, I mean, most of the libraries around here that like, there's always something for kids to do, and like crafty, fun, learning. It's pretty awesome. Also, like for a long time when I was really freelancing, I worked out of the main library downtown. Mike, I don't know if you've ever been in it, but that place is awesome and incredible. And
Oh yeah.
yeah.
When I lived off and on campus at Canisius College in Buffalo, New York, me and roommates would sometimes drive to that library for the reason of honestly renting, I guess you'd call it, DVDs, because like their media section was so wild that they almost always had what you're looking for to a degree. But check it out sometime. I'd be intrigued to see what the Cheektowaga branch ones had going on here.
I've been thinking about ditching Spotify, like now that they're pushing all these AI artists. So I don't know, I've been hearing stuff about that.
You're going back to like having it in your hands kind of thing.
Ownership.
Yes.
Well, yeah. And speaking of like meeting business BFFs, one of my other ones, Tristan, who was on the show a while back, I don't know if you know this, but he does not have Spotify or any streaming whatsoever. He's never done it. He buys everything. Like, it blows my mind, but maybe he's ahead of the curve.
I mean, I dig it. I'll say in the moving into my new place, I opened up one of the boxes and I actually found my old CD booklets, like the binders that we had back in the day. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to keep this around kind of thing for that reason of like, I also think that we've talked about it, Matt, there's just some bands lost to time that aren't on Spotify and things like that. So just to have those again, but
Lucas 9.
There we go.
We got it. It's sorry, Christian. It's a local ska band from back when we were younger, and I can't find it anywhere. Like, there's a couple of them on YouTube, but I want the whole album.
There's a lot of Danish music from my youth that I can't find over here or on Spotify or anywhere. So I still keep a big pack of CDs just in case. This song is a classic, though.
I got rid of all my CDs like years ago, and I'm such an idiot for doing that.
A mutual friend of ours, Christian, Matt and I, our friend Ian did the same thing. Ian one day went, why do I need CDs anymore? And sold every single one of them in like a whole shot. And I don't know, for that same reason, I'm like, you might have got rid of some gold in there kind of thing. Christian, those ones that you can't find of the Danish music, is it in that like early aughts era of like the early 2000s that are kind of missing? Because that's what I keep coming across.
Yeah, it's the early 2000s or even like later, but with Spotify being geo-restricted, I just can't find some of the music I grew up with, unfortunately. And you can try VPN, you can do whatever, but I try and make a trip back to the home country at least once a year, and pick up some good stuff while I'm there.
I dig it. So, perfect timing. We're on to the reason why I have a praise chorus by Jimmy Eat World here. So, during the recording of this song, Jim Atkins sings the lyrics of "So Come On, Davey, Sing Me Something That I Know." The producer, Mark Trombino, actually suggested, while the band was having trouble writing this part we are hearing right here, the bridge, they said, why don't you have Davey from The Promised Ring sing on it? Because they were trying all sorts of things. They're trying guitar solos. They even tried an organ solo. And I discovered this. They tried a scat solo as well in the middle of this. So not only did Davey come in and sing this, Davey wrote the lyrics for the bridge, where he just went, I'm going to reference some songs that I think the band, and especially Jim Atkins, the singer, would know. And that's where you get the kind of lines strung together from Crimson and Clover, Madness, Our House, his own band, The Promised Ring, Bad Company's Rock and Roll Fantasy, They Might Be Giants, Don't Let's Start, another Promised Ring reference, and of course, Motley Crue, Kickstart My Heart. So he just mashed all those together to create such a beautiful bridge right there. That's just like a reference to a bunch of old bands that they all love together. So in a way, Davey coming in saved the song in a way. Not that it was bad whatsoever, but they were clearly stuck hitting a brick wall with this bridge of what to do.
That's really cool. That's
Yeah.
really cool. Thank you for sharing.
I've never known like the background of
Yeah.
it. What is the They Might Be Giants section? Like I've never.
So Crimson and Clover is, of course, Crimson and Clover over and over. Madness is Our House in the Middle of the Street. Promise Ring is Why Did We Ever Meet? Bad Company is Started My Rock and Roll Fantasy. They Might Be Giants is Don't Let's Start. Promise Ring is Why Did We Ever Part? And then Motley Crue is Kickstart My Rock and Roll Heart.
I think They Might Be Giants is like criminally underrated. Like people like kind of like lump them in with like kind of goofy bands, which don't get me wrong, a lot of their music is very goofy, right? But there's some really, really good stuff in their catalog that I just never really do it, you know?
Absolutely. I know we've listened to them a couple times on here before too, and some of the deeper cuts you've played for that exact reason. I'm like, I know Dr. Worm, and like, I guess that's a hit kind of thing, but like, I've never dove too deep into their stuff. But this is one, before we hit record, Christian said, I don't know who that is kind of thing. So Christian, let me give you a little background on me first in the Gimme Gimmes. They are a punk rock supergroup that formed with members of Spike Slauson on vocals from Swingin' Utters, Chris Shiflett, first from No Use for a Name, then from Foo Fighters, is the guitarist in this. Joey Cape from Lagwagon on guitar, Dave Rung from Lagwagon on drums, and then Fat Mike from NoFX on bass right here. The core group, this is the core group. They've kind of splintered off to the point where Spike, the singer, at this point in time is the only original member. But for a long stretch of time, they just only do cover albums. So this is Love Their Country. They do a bunch of punk rock versions of country songs and things like that. But the second we talked about partnerships and collaborations, I started going down the route of like super groups in our realm of music that we love. And I'm like, I don't know who else is more of a super group than me first in the Gimme Gimmes kind of thing. But they're always fun, and they always put little touches on songs where they'll do like interpolations of other songs that's a reference, where you'll hear the start of a song and you go, is this a Misfits song? And then they like hard shift into the rest of the song. They just throw these like cute little like nods and things into other bands that they love and things like that.
I love it.
Yeah.
That was a great song. I'm adding that.
I was gonna say add it in.
Yeah.
One of my favorite tracks off of Love Their Country, so that's why I added it on there. So Christian, we were talking a little bit before. You were mentioning that upcoming one of your songs, 1T. 1T is one of your favorite artists in the world.
Not one of the favorite artists. They are I'm excited to show this off because not a lot of people know about them, if any know about them. And I don't want to be pretentious by any means, but they blew up in Europe. They blew up in Europe in 2003. And that was one of the albums that I took with me when I came to Canada, because they only ever released 2 albums. And the song we're about to listen to, The Magic Key, they put it on Spotify. They started selling some merch. More people found them. And now they put both of their albums on Spotify, which is really cool. So sort of like a community engagement in getting these guys up. But the song is phenomenal. And as we're talking about partnerships and collaboration, it tells a really cool story about those topics. So I'm excited, really excited.
I can't wait to hear it. Also for the reason of, I love that you are so solid about 1T being your number one. The Wonder Years is hard tied as my favorite band ever. It is them and Blink-182. Both of them changed my life for the better at different points of when I heard them kind of thing. Right. Blink-182, way back in 1997. ages before What's My Age Again and things like that. I heard it and went, well, this is my life now kind of thing. Wonder Years did the same thing. And this part right here that we are listening to is the reason why I put this on here. This is the closing track of their first LP, The Upsides. And what they did is at the tail end of this song, they have all of their friends from their other bands that they've been on tour with for a long time to sing this one song, this line over and over again. And they keep hopping to different people. So we got right off the bat, Natty Arsenault from A Loss for Words, Dave McKinder from Fireworks then sings, Shane Henderson from Valencia, Jamie Roden of Title Fight, and Nick from Man Overboard all jump in to like share their vocals for this part. The first time I ever heard it, I just thought it was such a cool idea to be like, let's get all our buds in here. And like, I want them to be a part of not only the song, but again, like our first full length ever. We want you all on this. We want you featured on this. And some of the bands got bigger than others. I know Title Fight got some pretty decent exposure back in the day, but just always something that I love seeing, like bands come together like that and kind of guest star on each other's albums and things like that.
Yeah, it's super awesome. I think that would be like difficult for a lot of bands to like accept other people, you know, like other bands. And like, I don't like to think about it too much, but it is kind of competitive. Like when you're at that level, like, I mean, there's people who are kind of toxic, kind of competitive, kind of like, oh, I can't help, you know, this band that we tour with all the time because we want to blow up, not them, you know? So I dig just like getting everybody in. Sorry to step on your first song here, Christian, but
no, it's fine. I think it's...
Where did they get their name, Man Overboard, Mike?
You know, I never looked into the reason behind it.
Is it the song? I mean, were they before?
It has to be a reference to Blink. Just because think about All Time Low is from a Newfound Glory lyric. The Story So Far is off of a Newfound Glory song. Everyone's always plucking ideas from it, so it has to be off of that one.
Christian,
it's totally fine. I think it lends itself nicely to this song specifically. I love this song. I love the music video where Prince is playing the guitar solo, leaning into the crowd. And what I love about this is, to your point, Matt, Michael Jackson famously had beef with Prince, and Michael Jackson would wake up at 2, 3 in the morning, get his whole crew in the studio, because if they didn't do it right now, God would give his idea to Prince, and then Prince would execute. And so that was Michael Jackson's motivation for getting in the studio and getting it done right now.
Wow,
I never knew that.
I love that story, and in this competitive world, it's true. I mean, the idea might go to somebody else.
I love that. So who else is on here? I obviously see some of these names right here, but kind of tell me a little bit. I obviously know the top runners here, but what kind of brought you to this one, Christian? Are you a Petty fan, or just obviously the Beatles original version?
Yeah, you know what? I came across a music video. It was raining one day, and watching old goldies on YouTube. And I saw Prince just ripping the guitar, and ever since then I've loved this song, and I play it any chance I can get to anybody who wants to listen to it. But to be honest, I don't know too much about the individual artists. Of course, Tom Petty, Prince, but I just think it's such a beautiful song.
I love that. I mean,
this is like they were all on stage. It was for George's birthday, right? George Harrison, or
maybe
something. I want to say, like, if this is the version that I'm thinking of, at one point this was the most viewed video on YouTube. It has like 1 billion views. I think at one point, like the original had gotten taken down, so like the stats are different now. But I remember seeing this many years ago and like my mind being blown. Jeff Lynne, ELO, like he's just a genius. Tom Petty's, cool as hell. There's also, remember what's his name? You remember the guitarist from the SNL band in the 90s? And he always he always played a Telecaster, I want to say, and he just always had this goofy bass when he played. He's always, and me and my cousins just make fun of him like crazy. And I remember him being a part of this and being like, why is that guy there? But turns out he's one of the most well-respected studio musicians of all time. And I still don't remember his name, but yeah.
It's all good. Speaking of Prince, I don't know if any of you have ever seen this, but on TikTok at some point, the algorithm fed me him doing sound check when he was doing the Super Bowl halftime show. And Matt and I have talked about this in the past episodes, Christian, of just people not officially playing yet the set, but doing a sound check, vocals, guitar check, whatever it is. And even the sound check, you going kind of thing oh shit, you're good kind of thing. He was just messing around on guitar just to be does this sound good? And just shredding his ass off kind of thing. And for even that to sound that good. Yeah.
I really think Prince is one of the coolest guys ever, honestly. And this music video completely solidifies that for me. So had to include this track in here as we're talking about cool groups getting together, partnerships, collaboration, and enjoy the solo.
It's beautiful. I love it.
I would say you're probably the Prince of the group. I will never be that cool or I wish I could be even 1/10 as cool as Prince is. He's just so effortless and just so, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Another show I listen to who talks nothing about music whatsoever, but one of their hosts is a monstrous Prince fan, and he was having a birthday party down in Universal Studios City Walk. He rented a room down there, but also realized that Prince was playing at a venue nearby, and he tried so hard via Twitter to get Prince to come to his birthday party. Believe it or not, it didn't work, but it would have been sick if it happened.
I love it.
But we're on to one that I definitely know. I will get into the reason in just a little bit, but Christian, tee up this one for us.
Will do. So we're on the topic of collaboration. We're on the topic of partnerships. And when this came out, it was, I believe, around 2004, where MTV had teed up a partnership between Linkin Park and Jay-Z to drop Coliseum Course. And I remember my dad coming home with the CD. I'm 10 years old, 11. And, and it had the DVD of when they meet. It had the DVD of their concert together. It had all of the behind the scenes, and I think it was around 5 hours or so of this documentary. And I must have watched that 200 times at least, and listened to this joint album more times than I can count. And I'm a huge fan of Linkin Park and an even bigger fan of Jay-Z. And I've seen them both live a handful of times, so I'm really happy with that. And I thought I would include this because it's two industry giants coming together in 2004 and, in my view, blowing it away. It's amazing.
So I had a college roommate. Shout out to Dave. Dave, if you're watching this episode right here, Dave is the biggest Linkin Park fan still to this day. He was back then. He still is to this day. And for that reason, Linkin Park was inescapable for me. It was like me listening to Blink. He probably heard it all the time. I heard Linkin Park all the time kind of thing. But so I am wildly more finger on the pulse with Linkin Park than probably I realize. Whenever a song comes up, I go, I know all of these because of Dave, every single one of these. And he had this. He had the live DVD not the Jay-Z collab, but they did a live album. He played that constantly. I feel like I have parts of it memorized in my mind, but I do remember this coming out also, Christian. It felt like the marketing push behind it was wild, where like this album was everywhere. Now, is this pre-FYE? Were we too early for you to be selling the CD at the time?
I don't think I was quite there yet. I remember when it came out, I remember thinking, oh, this is pretty much the only way they could make Linkin Park listenable to me is add Jay-Z to it. I always loved Jay-Z. Like, it's weird. In the last 10 years, I've met a lot of people who loved Linkin Park and still do. At the time, there was nobody in my universe that liked them at all. Like all my friends were either really into metal or really into, like, you know, punk or, you know, hip hop, or, you know, this was always just sort of like the in between. Like, nobody really liked it. And I remember, like, at some point, like, I didn't believe people when they were like, oh, I really love this. I was like, nah, you just like it now that, because the guy died, right? I'm like, you just like it now. But I'm coming to realize, like, no, there were a lot, like, obviously they're, you know, they were massive, but I just thought it was like a radio thing.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Not trying to be like, you know, like, I think that there is a lot of good there, I'm sure. I just, it passed me by. I didn't really ever get into it.
Didn't land on your radar.
No,
I'm excited about this. I already fucking love this.
This is so up Matt's alley. You got to tell us more about 1T.
absolutely. So, I mean, this is another European thing that blew up in about 2003. And again, they made 2 albums. That's it. And this is their most famous hit of all time. What's really cool is that it's still getting remixed to this day. I'm hearing it still being played in 2026. And they have so many versions of this song where DJs have come on and tried to make their own version, but this is the original. What they did is they sampled from a Czechoslovakian band that made like a 45-minute live symphony something, and they took all of their songs that they made in these 45 minutes, sampled it, and made 1T. And within 1T, there's Cool T and Cool T and 1T, of course, and they're a whole family. They're a French band, and I love this song.
Yeah, this is marvelous.
The music video is cool.
I need to send it to, like, immediately. Like, I know, like, my buddy Matt's gonna love this. Actually, 2 of my friends, both named Matt, are gonna love this. My buddy Desmond's gonna love this. One of my favorite things about discovering groups like this, I just went on, like, and looked at, like, the fans also like, and I don't recognize a single name there, and that's even better, because now there's just, like, a whole bunch of, like, not only do I get this band, but I get everything else. God, this is marvelous. I like the video too.
I remember too, they had made the music video specifically for PSP. So if you had a PSP, you could play this whole music video. And so I had that. I was so in, right? I was so cool. And I don't know. I must have listened to this song 10,000 times.
Christian, was it packaged with the PSP, or did you buy it separately?
Yeah, separate thing.
Okay.
You have to plug it into your computer. This is like back in those days. But yeah, pretty cool.
Gotcha. I was going to say, I had a PSP. I'm like, I feel like I would have remembered a music video, just because we recently did an episode where we talked about the Buddy Holly music video, and that came on a Windows 95 or 98 CD, and it, like, blew my mind. I'm like, there's videos on here, kind of thing. But speaking of that music video episode, Matt and I are going to have to watch this video for the reason of, we might have to highlight this video if this is what the whole vibe is. Is it all hand-drawn animation?
It's all hand-drawn animation, and it's beautiful. And it's all about how he gets shot, sad, goes to heaven, they party in heaven, gets resurrected. He's with his girl. The sad but love story. It's good.
I love that. And since every one of my devices is listening to me, that music video will be on my YouTube homepage when I go on it later. So I'll check it out in a couple hours.
The magic key, 1T. There you go.
Absolutely. All right. Christian, tell us a little bit about we got here.
Absolutely. So 2 industry giants going at it again. I really like this song because of, this is sort of the pre-crazy Kanye. But I really love this song, and this whole album, Watch the Throne, got me through high school, I would say. So love everything about it. I've seen them both live a handful of times. Love Kanye and JC.
I am not super familiar with, not that I know them obviously, but this specific album, never dove into it, never really landed on my radar very much. Obviously it's an Otis Redding sample on here. Lyrically though, is it about Otis Redding?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. It's like Drake sampling Michael Jackson
company.
and putting Michael Jackson. Actually, I have a friend who works at Otis, the elevator company. So shout out to him. He's not going to be listening to this though. And I have a funny story on that. If you guys ever watched Love is Blind, or not Love is Blind, what's the other one where they're in like the house and they're all gorgeous and they vote each other out?
Love Island.
There's a lady on that show who also used to work at Otis Elevator. So
really,
fun story there. Yeah, but not anymore. Now she's famous.
Wait, was it Love Island, Christian?
No, yes, it was Love Island. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it was Olandria.
Just out of curiosity, I'll have to just look it up to be like the elevator lady that Christian was talking about.
So that's like 1 degree separation of a famous person, so that's cool.
Yeah. And Christian, I know you met Andrea, of course, on our side of the house here before.
Yeah.
You should chat with Andrea about this. Not that we aren't interested whatsoever, but this is like how 1T was up Matt's alley. This is Andrea's wheelhouse right here. Like we did an episode with her, and it was all, this is her go-to kind of music.
Okay, awesome. I thought you were going to say about Love Island. Not that I'm particularly interested in that either. My wife who loves it, so that's how I know.
I feel like that might be up her alley too. I don't know why. That just feels like something that she watches.
It very well could be. But
love this.
I was going to say, Matt, I told Christian before we hit record, I go, unplanned, they keep popping up on the show over and over again. But Christian, Gorillaz, Clint Eastwood, all about collabs. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah. Again, I've always liked the cartoony, hand-drawn animations, and that's how I really started liking Gorillaz. And I remember they had a game. Do you guys remember miniclip.com?
I remember Miniclip, but I don't recall a game of theirs.
Yeah, so Gorillaz had a flash game where you would drive around on the moon. There's no objective to it. You just were the Gorillaz, the band, in a dune buggy driving around on the moon, and it was a flash game. And I guess, right, like everyone was playing flash games at the time. I don't know which PR person or marketing person came up with that idea, but that was genius. And then it would play the album in the background. And
I remember
loved
that.
it. Yeah.
Like I can almost picture it at this point. Like I haven't thought about that in years.
Yeah. Oh, I swear, it's like a whole thing. We all played it, and I thought it was genius. And that's how I got really into Gorillaz. Now, Del, the Funky Homo Sapien, I just recently saw him live at the Calgary Stampede, which is super cool.
Matt has an incredible Del story in that, if you want to tell it.
Was it just him, or was it, was it hieroglyphics? Was it...
To be honest, my friend took me, and I don't know. I
So
must have had a few drinks.
so last year at Inbound, me, Alan, Fabian, and our PDM Dan, I was like looking around for like the week before. I was like for just some team bonding thing that really had nothing to do with work. Just like a moment to just hang out together, have a few beers, but not like feel like we need to be on, you know, like when you're there, like, you know, even when you're at dinner or a bar or something like that, you're like, oh, I'm networking, you know, like I didn't want to do any of that. And I was like looking around, there were no baseball games going on. There was no NBA, like nothing to go to. And I found the Oakland Bees, the Oakland Ballers, which is like, you got MLB, AAA, AA, A. This is like somewhere 3 levels below it. It's like a practically community organized. And this team was organized by the community in Oakland when the Athletics left. So I was like, all right, maybe we'll do this, you know. And I see, like, I look at it and it's like hieroglyphics. Dell's like first group from the 90s is playing, you know, like at the 7th inning stretch, and I was like, oh, that'll be cool, you know, like get to see something, you know. I'm sure they'll play 1 or 2 songs, you know. And we get there, this place is not a stadium. It's like there are high schools with a larger like stadium than this place, and it's super cool. Like again, like grassroots, community organized. They announced like, hey, go to the courtyard for the Hyro show. We get down there, they're literally under like a 10 by 10 pop-up, like standing in front of us. There's like, I don't know, 200, 300 people there. Like I was like this far away from Dell at one point, and I'm like what, like, how is this happening? This is incredible. Like, this guy is like a legend. I actually stepped back after a little bit because I'm like, this guy's an Oakland legend, and here's all these Oaklanders that, and I'm like, I don't deserve to be this close, you know, like I need to let everybody else get in here, but just wild, you know. I could not have, like,
I love that.
Like, couldn't have gotten luckier. The whole thing was like $40 too. It was wild, you know, for like the whole team to go. Awesome. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'll
awesome.
never forget it. Yeah.
I love that. Oh, I bet. So intimate.
Everything we do at Unbound now, it's like nothing's gonna live up to it. Yeah, that's a shame, but
We'll see what they come up with this year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Let's
incredible.
See
Thanks for
playing
sharing.
in Boston. Yeah.
Sorry to like story top there if that was like what I just did. Like I just saw Dell. I'm like, yeah, guess what?
Guess what? I'm actually hanging out with him right now.
Dell was
He's
Dell
right
was
here.
sweating on me last year. Yeah, no, it was awesome.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Awesome.
What do we have? What do we have coming up here?
So we got some Matt songs coming around the corner with the Traveling Wilburys. Are you familiar with them at all, Christian?
No.
All right.
Traveling Wilburys
Maybe?
is a supergroup. You're familiar with most of the components at the very least. So it was formed by Jeff Lynne of ELO and George Harrison. I can't really remember the order. I think Jeff Lynne was producing a George Harrison album. We became buddies. They're like, oh, like, wouldn't it be cool if we like recorded a couple of songs together, jammed, whatever. And they're like, yeah, like, think about it. Like, I'm an ELO, and like a big producer. Jeff Lynne has produced a lot of music, and George Harrison's a fucking Beatle. They're like, think about the names we could get in our band. I forget. They each like picked one. I forget who picked what, but it was whatever. I think Jeff wanted Roy Orbison and George wanted Bob Dylan, or maybe it was vice versa. And then I think Bob Dylan then said, "Hey, you gotta get this kid that's like been opening for me on tour, Tom Petty. He's a real up and comer and awesome, like So it's just like all these guys, like just legends, absolute legends. They recorded 2 albums, Traveling Wilburys 1 and Traveling Wilburys 3. There is no 2 because they're, I don't know, they're allowed to do whatever the fuck they want, I guess. Both incredible albums, absolutely lovely albums. Obvious collaboration, backstory there, but and the name comes from when they were producing the George album or whatever. They'd made, like certain little mistakes. They'd go, we'll bury it in the mix. We'll bury it in the mix. So that's where Wilburys come from. So yeah.
Oh, love that.
Absolute wonderful albums. Yeah, I mean, in my 20s, I Mike alluded to it. I worked at a record store in the mall for many, many years. This was out of print, could not get it, could not, my parents had it on tape and, record and CD, but I remember like somebody coming in and selling it. And when they would sell it, you'd just scan it and like the system would tell you how much to pay for it. And I remember like usually it would be like $2, $3, $4, maybe $7 for something that's like really rare. This one was like $50. I had to like call my boss. And I was like, dude, is this real? He's like, oh yeah, that's been out of print for a long time. That's like, it'll sell in a minute. And it sure did. Yeah. Just lovely album.
And what did FYE spin around and sell it for?
$90.
After you, 90?
Yeah. And it sold. It sold that day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Also, do your parents still have the vinyl?
No. They got rid of all that in a garage sale. I mean, that's where I get it from. That's why I got rid of all my CDs. They got rid of all their vinyl, and they don't have any CDs anymore, even though I think. But
they hooked you up with tons of incredible bands. Christian, Matt's dad, constantly comes up on the podcast for the reason of he not only had, but I'll say still has exceptional taste in music. Where Matt's like, my dad introduced me to this ages ago. My dad. And so like Wilburys and all these other bands where I'm like, that's what Matt was listening to growing up.
And he's had like a knack and a desire to stay current. Like, I mean, it's like like Radiohead he got me into, yeah. So this one I put on here more because I'm honestly, I was just listening to it. This is Aaron Perino from the Sheila Divine. I happened to notice that there's somebody on here, so I was like, "Oh, that counts." I don't know anything about the collaboration or whoever.
Mike Bethman.
Mike Bethman. Sorry, Mike. I don't know who you are, but I love the song. I think Aaron put this out during COVID. Maybe I think he recorded it. It's called Aaron and the Lord. Super good. I had messaged Aaron on LinkedIn, I don't know, about a year ago. I was like, hey man, where can I get some Aaron and the Lord merch? He's like, nowhere, but I have some. I'll just send it to you. And I was like, oh, do you want me to pay for it? And he's like, no, don't worry about it. And he sent me a crew neck. I've never told him that I could have asked for like a bell because it's tight on me in the large. So my wife wears it every now and then. So it's cool. Yeah.
There you go. Rare Aaron and the Lord merch.
Yeah.
From the Glasgow household.
It's super. This album is super good, and it's like kind of out there, kind of weird. I really like it. There's a song, the title, or I think it's the first song on the CD. Like if it could have gotten a little bit of play, a little bit of like it's a hit, you know. I think Aaron's like probably sick of me at this point because I'm like he's not super famous, but I treat him like he is, and he probably thinks I'm like a stalker because I message him and shit. But I genuinely think that he's like one of the best artists I've ever encountered. Like really, really talented guy.
I'm gonna have to dig into this a little bit more. Christian, are you digging this?
I am very much. I just looked up Aaron, and he has about 600 followers on Instagram, so maybe we can push him a little bit.
I mean,
I like end of last year, I started planning like a big Unbound event, and I actually messaged Aaron last night. I was like, hey, just to close the loop on this, like, we just don't have the budget to do this, you know, like whatever. But he had said yes to playing at an event for us with his Sheila Divine band, his main band, which would have been awesome, but yeah, we just couldn't get it all together. Boston's expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I knew that, but I started looking into like venues, like even like on Peer Space and stuff like that. It's like everybody wants thousands. They know that HubSpot's and like doing their conference. Everybody knows. So yeah.
Oh, they sure do.
Yeah, I forget I'd gotten a quote on just the space at one of the small concert venues. I think it was like $17,000 for 3 hours. Like, yeah, all right. No, I can't swing that, but yeah.
Are you going this year, Mike?
Oh, you can hang out with us behind the McDonald's if you want for free.
Yeah. I'll probably get a little drunk one night, and I'll drunk DM him and be like, hey, you want to come to our Friends of Radish dinner? Which, by the way, Christian, the invite's coming. We actually just planned it today. So
sounds great.
Yeah, we're gonna do the Bleacher Bar in Fenway Park, just overlooking the
really
restaurant in there. There's no game going on during like while we're there, but it'll still be cool to be able to be in Fenway and walk around a little bit, and looks cool. Also, it's like a Bills backer bar, which is bizarre. Buffalo Bill, like I don't understand how they allow that to happen, but during Bills games,
I'm excited. I'm really excited. It's gonna be my first time in Boston, and my wife has explicitly instructed me in going to Harvard University and getting her a Harvard sweatshirt.
Oh yeah.
And I said, isn't that stolen valor? You went to the University of Alberta. She doesn't care.
I don't care. I want that crew neck.
I want that Harvard crew neck. That's all I want in my life. So I said, okay. So that's why I tacked on an extra day so I can check out to Harvard University, their merch store. Do they have that? Probably.
I would imagine they do. Yeah, they a college store. Yeah, Harvard's a brand, you know.
Oh yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I love it, Matt. Normally I have some idea when you add people on here. Dance with a Stranger is sailing way over my head. You guys tell me more about this one.
I don't know how I discovered this group, and I broke the rules by adding this one. I don't know if there's no collaboration involved in this. I just, for some reason, this song made me think of friendship last night when I was adding songs. It sounds like a song that would be in a movie during like a moment or a montage where people are becoming buddies, they're like going through, I don't know,
coming of age.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a neat song. Weird band name, Dance with a Stranger. I want to say they're from Norway. I looked them up last night. It's just an interesting, it's just an interesting song because the chorus is really I don't know, kind of almost cheesy, but the guy's voice is very Tom Waits, I don't know. It's unexpected and it's delightful and it's, I don't know. Yeah, I just dig it.
I also don't mean this as a knock, Matt. When I say this, I love this. I could also hear it being like a theme song to a 90s TV show. All right, it's Friday night, time to turn on the TV and I've been there.
Yeah, hell yeah. Growing Pains is on after it,
Absolutely.
Which, by the way, I think my favorite TV sitcom theme song is Growing Pains.
It is the best.
Wonderful.
It is my personal favorite. Yeah.
That's a theme for another day. Just like TV theme songs.
Oh yeah.
Spoiler alert: King of Queens is going to be on. I love that show. I think it's super underrated. Yeah,
I agree. No, I agree.
Yeah.
It was always on back home, and it helped me learn English.
Yeah, nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
King of Queens.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, believe it or not. Yeah.
I like that. Matt, much like my extreme enjoyment when you played Roxy music for me, I will be checking out Dance with a Stranger. That was excellent.
yeah, they're neat, right?
That was very in my wheelhouse
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Of course, let's hop into, New Order, baby. Tell me a little bit more.
So I considered this kind of a collab adjacent in that they had been Joy Division. Ian Curtis passed away. Then they formed New Order. And there are plenty of purists that will say New Order wasn't as good as Joy Division, but I think it was a great continuation of that. And just a wonderful band and a wonderful, so many hits, so many, I don't know if hits is the right word, but to me they're hits. And this one is kind of special to me for the Get Up Kids cover. They did it on Eudora, and I just like New Order. I bought 2 T-shirts last night. On eBay. I don't know. I just remembered.
Was the purchase post adding this song onto the playlist? Yeah.
Yeah. I went out with my buddy who's in town. We had 8 or 9 beers, and I got home and I was putting my songs on, and then I was like, oh, now I'm gonna go shopping. So
now you got some beautiful New Order shirts headed your way.
Yeah.
Christian, any familiarity? Are you a fan, Joy Division or New Order?
Never heard of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm excited, and I will be adding this to my playlist too.
I'm almost positive you've seen the Joy Division album cover, because it's on a famous T-shirt of theirs that it's one of those ones where people are like,
the black and white there.
Songs.
That's the one.
Yeah, it was
the Unknown Pleasures. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm sure. The thing is, I'm not very good at remembering names, bands, but I'm extremely good at remembering lyrics and riffs and melodies. And play me another one of these, and I'm sure I'm familiar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely not one of their bigger songs, but yeah, I'm sure one of
Name 3 songs. Name 3 songs. It's like the Dark Side of the Moon T-shirt too. Name 3 songs.
Yeah,
or like Nirvana.
Yeah.
My son had a Nirvana shirt on. It was a hand-me-down from somebody. I don't know where it came from, but my wife put it on him the one morning, and he came out. I was still in bed, and I look at him like, "Oh, cool shirt, dude." He's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Name 3 songs." You can't. He's 5. Yeah, but Blue Monday. Do you remember Orgy back in like 99, 2000? Orgy kind of got big with a cover of a New Order song. They were in that it was just pre-Linkin Park, but it would have been very similar. People who dug Linkin Park were probably into Orgy a few years before. Powerman 5000, I feel was in there. Godsmack. Yeah, but Bizarre Love Triangle is probably their most notable song. True Faith.
This is a great song though to play us out, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bringing us right to the end, the credits are starting to roll a little bit.
I 100% did that on purpose.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of that, Christian, as we're heading towards the exit door here, any final plugs that you'd like to share with us and the audience?
Oh, always be plugging. Howly.io. Check it out. Check it
Do
out.
it.
We have a brand new amazing partnership with Radish that we are extremely excited about. They have been a great partner even pre-partnership. And so we're really digging this. We're excited, and we're gonna do a lot of rad shit together.
As are we. I've been thinking about Howly a lot and how I want to talk about it. And I think what I really like about it is that like it addresses something that like a lot of smaller organizations like they like there are like simple things that they can neglect because it doesn't hurt that bad to like, you know, get your workflows in order and, you know, like understand how it, you know, but they're like enterprise, like those are things that they cannot ignore, right? Like it's going to create headaches everywhere. It's going to cost them money. It's going to, it's not something that like you can just leave for like a yearly or even a quarter or, you know, quarterly audit. Like it needs attention all the time. And I think it does a really nice job of addressing that. Really excited to introduce several of our clients to it. And yeah, just really excited for this. So
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
I got a new BFF, so that's even better.
That's the part I'm most excited about.
Watching, and yeah.
All good. Well, Christian, thank you so much for joining us, sharing your songs all about collaboration and partnerships. Again, on my side, super excited as well about the Radish Howly partnership. And for our audience members, let us know what collabs and partnership songs, you know, speak to you. Drop them in the comments, and we'll see you on the next episode. Later.